We got a 2018 Ram 2500 with a 68 RFE transmission in here. It's got 75,000 miles on it. Customer wanted a transmission flush. That's what we're going to be doing today. Got the hoses hooked up right on the other side of the thermostat and then hooked up directly to the transmission line going into the transmission itself. First thing I'm going to be doing is pouring the new fluid into the machine. And you're going to know whenever it's full, whenever it starts coming out of this line right here. This is the overflow and it drops down into here. See how it's coming out the overflow tube and filling up this bottle? That's how you know it's full. Hook it up to the battery. This is going to give the pump power. I'm going to swap it over to check flow recharge. What we're going to be doing is starting the truck and making sure that this fluid is flowing to the right. If the flow is bad or going the wrong direction, just going to flip this valve to make sure that it actually corrects itself and is sending the fluid in the correct direction it should. You want the fluid to flow into the transmission and then back out the transmission, which is why we have it hooked up down there coming on to the actual return line into the transmission. So what it's going to do is it's going to work its way throughout the entire system all the way up to the cooler and then back out into this machine. And that's where all the old fluid's going to be stored. Okay. So we're going to be adding a quick clean into it. So this essentially, what this does is this forces that fluid down into the transmission and it's going to be putting that cleaner all throughout the system. So it's going to be able to work and get all the debris and gunk and build up and stuff, and it's going to break it free so it'll actually be flushed out when it comes out. So that's added, you let the truck run for 15 minutes, allow that quick clean to actually get through and break up all the stuff that it's supposed to, start actually putting in work. Once those 15 minutes have actually gotten up, you're going to shift it through every single gear the truck's got. That way, you know, it's getting all throughout the pressure lines, the valve body, everything, all the solenoids. I mean, it's going to actually be running through. And then after that, you let it run until the fluid's red. Now that the 15 minutes has been up and that quick clean's had a little bit of time to actually shift through, we are going to go through all the individual gears. Just make sure that it's, you know, shifting, going through all the stuff that it's supposed to be doing, letting it actually work its way through. So now we're actually going to start processing the fluid. All right, so if you look here, you see that the flow is going the wrong direction in this sight glass. So what we're going to do is we're going to correct the flow and put it over to recharge right here. And now you see that that actually is flowing the correct direction throughout the entire transmission. Already the ATF that's going throughout the system, it's going from black over to cherry red. So it's already starting to flush all of that old fluid out. So now we're starting to see that the actual gauge itself is done. It's raised all the way up to the top, so the transmission flush is over. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it back over to check flow, recharge, and this is where the ATF fluid conditioner comes in. Pour this in here. What to do is we're just gonna add it. Vehicle's turned off, flush is complete, conditioner's been added. So we're just gonna disconnect the machine and get everything set back up. Check the transmission fluid, make sure everything's topped up perfectly, and then she should be good to go. The last step to this is to actually check the transmission fluid. You're gonna wanna have your truck running on a flat level surface. 9 times out of 10 you want it warmed up. There's a couple that actually prefer you to check it cold, but 9 times out of 10 on a flat level surface with your truck running and warmed up, that's when you're gonna check your transmission fluid. And it is a little bit low. We're gonna add a little bit more. Now that we've added it up to its proper level that it's supposed to be, we're gonna take it on a test drive and then recheck the transmission fluid one more time, just to make sure that there's not any air pockets or anything like that between gears or anything like that. So that concludes the transmission flush. If you wanna bring it into the shop, get your transmission flush, service, drain and refill, whatever, just bring it on down to Automotive and we'll get it taken care of for you. The number should be on the screen.